Weaklings are prohibited. We need only the strongest, most absolute champion. Luminize, maximum dragons onto the deck profile, weaklings. Alright. I play 4 Zerberos. Zerberos is going to go get me a size 4 or greater monster, and it can give me the Overcrest set spell. This is my Goku, this is my Rock, this is my All Might. He is here. He is to help me fight. He also has the effect, against all odds. All of them got against all odds. Stuff cannot be bounced, cannot be nullified, cannot be destroyed if this is the only monster on my board. He also gets a +2, +1 crit, +2 defense. So he will be a 3, 10, 10. Next up from him is his Super Saiyan form. Zerberos Og. Zerberos Og, when he enters the board, he's going to get me a Max Dragon. And I usually go get my Spell Nullifiers. He also has the ability when he enters the board for this turn, the next turn he gets +15,000 defense. So he's 25. He is a thick boy. Next up is his second form, an Ascended version of him, or Super Saiyan 2. Zerberos Z. Zerberos Z also can go shut your deck for a Max Dragon card when he enters the board. He also cannot be rested. He's a 25, 4, 15, penetrate triple attack. And this is to go even further. Next is Almighty's Overlord Zerberus Lost. And he is a 40, 5, 30. He is a vanilla. Besides that, he has the against all odds effect. He can't be rested, penetrate quadruple attack. He's turn card sideways. Just punch your opponent as hard as you can in the face. Next up is going to be a pretty good spell null that can be searched. I don't know what Bushy was thinking with that. That's just phenomenal. Pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life if you got a card with Zerberos on the field and all 5 spell casted by your opponent. It can be searched off at any point during the ride chain. Next up is the new Post Glory Valiant card. I forgot to give y'all that disclaimer. In the opening, I was too hyped trying to record my opening. Anyway, Revive Supremacy Zerberos. Drop it from my hand. Go search my deck for a Master Dragon set spell or a Master Dragon item from my drop zone or from my deck. And then while he's in the drop zone, get +10, +10, +1 crit to all Master Dragons on your board. Yes, that does stack. So if I manage to get all 4 in the graveyard, all my Master Dragon cards on the board will get +40, +40, +4 crit. Whew. Man. Thick. Just so thick. Next up, I'm gonna just go right into my item because I only play 1 item. I play one. Don't know how to pronounce that word. I call it my whooping stick. And so my whooping stick can attack through the center. Got +10 and +2 criticals if it's the only card on the board, and it cannot be destroyed or leave the field by opponent's card effects. Penetrate and double attack. So if I got all 4 of these Revive Supremacies in the drop zone, he is going to be a 48/7 double attack penetrate thick, like a Dairy Queen's milkshake. It's thick. Next up is my spells. I play I just call you the no shield. Maximum absolute strength. Maximum absolute strength lets you nullify the attack. Then you check the top cards X equal to your monster size. So you got the size 3 on board, check top 3. Size 4, check top 4, etc., etc. Add 1 to your hand, put the rest into the bottom of your deck in any order. Next, now I've been talking to my boy Van Medina. I think I should pronounce your last name. Van, if you're watching this, you know who you are. He convinced me to go to push this up to 4. I went from 0 at the start to now to 4. I actually just really like this card. Indestructible Domi Lord. They cannot be put into other areas. Also, when a Master Dragon will leave my field, I can crack this instead to keep him there. The best part about this spell is I can go get it back with Revive Supremacy, because Revive Supremacy says from my deck or drop zone. So let's say on my turn on your turn I have to crack this to keep a monster alive. I can go ahead and dish this, get it back from my drop zone and reset it. So it's just like a soul guard basically, if you want to look at it like that. Next up is going to be 4 Seamless Dragon Lord. Card still shouldn't exist. Love it. Pay 1 gauge. I draw a card regardless, and then I choose one of the following 2. Call up to 1 Master Dragon monster from your hand by paying its call cost, or a standard Master Dragon on your field. When I do the Star Dragon World matchup, I had to learn this the hard way. I actually thought about this play on the fly. I cast this to call my to call out my boy Zerberos because they can't antimatter cloud me. I'm calling it through an effect. Man, Antonio Wilson, Mr. Bojangles, he had to he made me have to learn, and so ever since then I just like keeping it at 4, and it's still a draw card at the end of the day. Next up is going to be a card, Andrew, the Darkness Dragon Wolf player. If you haven't checked out his deck profile, go ahead and check it out. He has me playing 4 Grace of the Sun Deities in the main board because he likes to play FTKs. I don't like just dying, so if I open this up, I go Grace, I get to play the game. You went from single player to multiplayer. Basically, he has one of the effects that say choose one of the following 2. For this turn, you cannot take damage by card effects. So his Black Dragons does special strikes. So just turn that off. What else? Mr. Bojangles, he has an Thor that's pretty annoying with his overturn, so I kind of just do that to stop it. Anything, Ultimate Garga, he also is irritating. So, penetrate's really still prevalent. Also, I was playing Andrew today with Rosalia, and I had this to keep my guys alive. And I had Grace, so when he was still smacking to me, I just wanted to take the penetrate, but I'll still keep my guy alive. So it was a pretty cute little interaction. I like playing it at 4. The Bushiro recommended Japanese list also plays it at 4, so I like, sure, why not? Also, Vanity is still a card, so need to keep my size 4 and graders alive. If I'm a size 4 or greater, and then if you somehow put my Overcrest into the drop zone, you basically got a 2-for-1 special. You got my chef spell and you got my my monster, and it just doesn't feel good. Next card from Glory Valiant. Oh, Bushy, what was you thinking making this? Boy, this card. You may only call this card if 3 or more different Master Dragon monsters in your drop zone. Pay 1 gauge, counter. Call up to 1 Master Dragon from your drop zone without paying its call cost. You may only cost this card once per turn. So basically, if you got 3 or more different Master Dragon monsters in your graveyard, if your size 6 is in your drop zone, you can just go straight into your size 6. You don't gotta go through the 3, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. You can just go to any one you need, and it's a counter speed. So even if they punch you when you're on your 4, you can call your 4 back from your drop zone and stuff like that. I play it at 3. I definitely know I'm siding 1, so the 4th one's going to be in the sideboard. I'm not going to do a sideboard. I just personally know I'm always going to side the 4th one. Next up for my 3 of is going to be Dragon Lore Burst Forth. Drop a Master Dragon monster from my hand, gain a gauge, gain a life, draw 2 cards. If I discard a size 4 or greater, I draw another card. Consistency purposes, don't really got to go into it. Lore of the Skies searches my deck for a Zerberos or for an Overcrest. From my deck or from my drop zone. That's the important part I should mention. I want to push this up to 4. I just really can't find the need to push it up to 4. Everything seems to be working fine the way it is. So I think I am just going to chill and keep it at 3. Especially now that we have this card that exists. We can just call our size 6 from the drop zone. We got 3 more different in the drop zone. It kind of makes us have, we can shortcut if we need to, and don't really need the size 3 if we don't get the size 3. But I still like it. Next up is my 2-ofs. I play 2 Sexy Boys. Sexy Boys is basically Sturdy Dragon Strike. It's from the Summer Recollection program. What is this called? Summer Recollection 2017. Basically, I take 2 cards, Ancient World cards. They're not cards. 2 Ancient World monsters. Excuse me. Drop them, gain a gauge. I'm usually gonna drop Supremacy Zerberoses. Usually I'll go drop a size 4, a size 5, or a size 6 if I need to, but I'm pretty sure I'm always gonna go for Revive Supremacy Zerberos, unless my opponent is doing something where I need to go get something else. Next up is 2 Dragon Emperor Legends. Can't wait to make these the SRs we're gonna get from Glory Valiant. This is gonna look so clean. Charge, draw, gain 1 life. Next up is going to be 2 Divine Dragon Creations. Can't wait for the SRs coming from Glory Valiant. Going to look so clean. Pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. Next up is 2 Overcrest. And the last card I play is going to be Graceful Charity. Sorry Dragon, Fair Skylines. Pay 2 gauge, draw 3, discard 2. I usually discard the Revive Supremacy Zerberoses or the other pieces I need since they can go get from the drop zone. We'll go get called from the drop zone. Anyway, that's it. Final phase.